So we've spent a lot of time identifying the traits of a narcissist. We validate each other by saying, hey, me too. We've identified what was really going on in our very dysfunctional family, be it from a spouse, a lover, or a parent, or siblings. We've gone through this. We've expressed our anger. However, here's the big question. Now what do we do? Well, we already know that for our own mental health, no contact is really the beginning. But how do we get those tapes to stop playing? How do we take the abuse, the damage that was done upon us, and start to build better mental health? Because if we don't, if you and I sit here and continuously just tell our stories between each other, which is very important for validation, but if we don't take the next step, we're going to be stuck in victimization. And if we take a step outside ourselves and we look at it, that's not going to do anything. Again, I know that we want to point to the narcissist and tell the world, look at what they're doing. They're absolutely crazy. It's not going to help. It's not going to help you nor I get healthy. So together, we have to figure out what to do to begin a journey of forgetting that narcissist, getting that narcissist away from us, but always remembering the abuse, what to do with that pain, what to do after we have acknowledged and accepted that our loved one is in fact a narcissist, and how do we move on with our lives in a healthy manner and get out of the victim role. Because I could tell you that staying in the victim role is not healthy for me. It's keeping me stagnant in one place. So we're going to begin this. There are 2 points I want to bring out now. Number 1, in your journey of understanding narcissism, you'll find several, if not more, websites that sell narcissistic abuse packages, DVDs. I can't comment on those. I've not used them, so I cannot honestly review them. You've got to make your own decision on that. But most importantly, we have therapists. Now, you and I have already identified and validated each other. We're at the stage where we have been able to communicate to each other and say, that's it. That's what's happening. If you're looking for a therapist, this is very important. You really need to understand that that therapist really is educated in narcissism. Remember that our community, our society, is misusing the term narcissism way too much. I can't tell you how many articles I've seen on the Narcissism Society, or even better, the Narcissism epidemic. Some therapists will respond to narcissism is self-love, when in fact, while they do admire themselves, narcissism is far, far worse than that. We know that already. So you need to make sure, while interviewing a therapist, that they fully explain to you what their view of narcissism really is. There are therapists that get this. However, there are many that do not. And if your therapist does not understand narcissism, they're going to be more focused on why you feel this way. Not that the abuse has actually taken place upon you by somebody else. And then be able to attack the issues such as post-traumatic stress syndrome, PTSD, the depression and anxiety that comes along with narcissistic abuse. Finding a therapist that truly understands what narcissism really is will be difficult, but it can be done. Make sure during the interview or during the first phone conversation that they understand what a narcissist truly is. So, while we're going to talk about in the future more traits of narcissism, thus we can continuously identify and communicate with each other, we're also going to work and help each other. And I could use it too. Of how we are moving on. How we are trying to reach and achieve better mental health. Because, boy, you know that we've been beaten, haven't we? So let's start beginning to discuss that. Because if we don't, we'll simply be trapped as the victim. And guess who would love to know that we're just being trapped and not able to move? We're not going to give it to them. Let's move on. Thank you. I'm wishing you peace today.